Hello traders, good evening. Let us quickly take a look at what we can expect tomorrow. Let us start from the monthly chart again. So nothing has changed in the monthly chart. We are still in a very bullish mode and it is very well on its way to the 5707 or the 6000 targets, right? So 5707.75 remains the first target on the monthly chart as of now. We will see once we reach there what happens. We have broken out of this wedge and we are getting a very good continuation. Today we tried to come down, but it was just a minor pullback that happened today. And again, we closed the day as a kind of a doji on the 24-hour chart, on the RTH 24-hour daily chart. So apart from that, if you look at the daily chart also, it is pretty bullish. We ended in a bullish way, and there is nothing bearish about this market, at least on the monthly chart at this point of time. Now let us take a look at the weekly chart. So as we saw that last week we came to the top of the wedge, we actually pulled back. We are still trying to go back up, and 5649 or the 5650 area will be the next point on the wedge. The measured move target for this is around 5640, which we have already reached here, and then the 5660 or the 5659.75 area. However, once we come and touch this 5650, we need to be careful. There may be a pullback at this point and we need to see how far the market is coming down. If it is above the 40 line, this may act as a kind of support. It may come and take support here and then move back again to the 5660 area and then further up. Now looking at the daily chart, this 5660 line is also in accordance with whatever we had in the higher time frame. So it is highly possible that we come and hit this 5660 line sometime tomorrow or maybe even overnight, right? And then if it goes and hits overnight here, our first reaction may be to the downside. There are a lot of speeches by different Fed speakers tomorrow, including Jay Powell. So be careful around that time. Actually, it will go on. It's a testimony to the Senate. So he will be speaking from tomorrow 10 o'clock and it will continue into Wednesday as well. So these 2 days may actually be a range bound day, considering that we have the CPI and the PPI data coming out on Thursday and Friday respectively. So we need to make sure that we are aware of the lower we are aware of the levels at the lower time frame and we know where the price can reject. We are aware of the structures that we are forming on the daily chart, on the weekly chart as well as the monthly chart. As we have seen that the wedge line on the weekly chart is at 5650. We may get rejected there, come back, retest 5640 and then go up another leg to hit the 5660 area. But we'll have to see what happens. We'll have to see what Powell says. It will be better if you have any live news feed and you are keeping an eye on that. So if he says anything drastic, you know when to come out of the trade, and if your chart is also supporting what he is saying, you know in which direction you will be able to trade, right? So on the daily chart, what I see that we are still on our target to this 5660 and higher. If we want to come to the top of this daily channel, we will get to the 5670 area, and then we will see if we are crossing above this channel tomorrow. Or I think that crossing this channel and trying to go higher may happen actually on the CPI day and not right away. So we will have to wait for it and see how the market moves and how the market behaves and in which direction it is going. Now we are so close to the election. I do not think that even if we are continuing to drop, it will drop a lot. It may come down somewhere here in the 5584 5590 area, and it can still bounce. So I do not think that at this point of time the incumbent government may actually take the risk of letting the market drop. So looking at the 4-hour chart, we had this breakout bar, we had this pullback, and now we are trying to go up. We will have to see that if we can get over this 5636 area, then we can go and hit somewhere on this line. This is a wedge that we have on the 4-hour chart. We do not know exactly where it will go and hit, but if we go above this line, keep support of this line, and then we can get to the top of this channel as well. So if we come up around here, around 2 o'clock tomorrow, we will be hitting the 5670 level right here, right? So that is again in accordance with what we saw in our daily chart. And if we cross this top of the channel line, we may come and hit this wedge line again on the 4-hour chart. And if the wedge line gets hit here, I don't know where that will be. Will it be in the 5690 area, or it will go to the 5707 measured move that we have, and then we start getting rejected. So we will have to see how the market moves, where the market starts in the morning at 9:30, and then we will have to take a decision on the direction of the trade. Now on the downside, on the 4-hour chart, if for some reason market wants to come down, this 10.5 area will again be a very good area of support. I would rather say that the 10 to 15 area will now be a very good point of support. This whole area is support for us right now. I will mark it with a green box here. And then once we come below that, let us remove this right now, because we have this balance zone right here, right? So we may very well come to this balance zone as well and find support at this area. This is again a green, this is actually a balance zone, so we'll mark it as blue. And the next balance zone again is in this area, which is the 5563 area. But the higher probability is that we may do a sideways movement for some time, and then we will break out to the top. And if you see just this much, if I'm a little bit aggressive here, the target of the 4-hour bulls based on this leg also comes to the 5668 area, which is very close to the 5670 area that we were talking about. Okay, now let us look at the 1-hour chart. So inside this channel, we have been holding the middle line of this particular channel right now. We did not get any follow through after a close below this channel on the hourly chart, and we have kept going up. Now we have bounced up from the middle line. However, if you see, this is the kind of trend line that we had, and every time we went above that, we have actually dropped back down. This time also we are dropping back down after we went above this trend line, and we actually have a higher high double top here. So in the morning again, we will have to see where we stand and where the market is putting us at 9:30, and then after that we'll have to see how the speeches are affecting the market, and we'll have to trade accordingly. Looking at the support resistance areas, this is the area where we have a balance zone on the hourly chart, and we came here and bounced from there today. This was one of the targets today that we got, and we bounced immediately from there. Below this 5606 to 5603 area will be another good area of support. Again, if we are looking here, this is another balance zone that we have on the 4-hour chart. So if we want to come down again, this is very close to the 5584 generic resistance area, support area as well. It is support as of now. So we may come down here, find support, and if we go back above 9492 again, then we may actually see the price move back above 5600 and keep going up to the top. But I do not think that such a drastic move is possible tomorrow or the day after before the CPI data. But you never know, right? Powell says something and the market will suddenly drop. So we will have to be very careful for the next 2 days. On the upside, once we are again above this line, there is a big chance that we go to the 5650 area once again, once we cross 5640, and then maybe it will hit the wedge on the weekly chart and it will do a pullback. We do not know how deep the pullback will be. If we see that it is holding the 5640 again, there is a good chance that it will go over 5650 and hit that 5660 and the 5670 areas. Now let us look at the final piece of the puzzle here. So this was a trading range that we had today. If we look at this was the complete trading range that we had today. And if we are trying to double this trading range, then the target on the daily, on the RTA chart comes to around 5640. So that is what I was saying. We can come to 5640, we can get rejected from there, and then we may come down to the 5625 levels again, and even to the 5615 level. So this is a trading range that is getting created at this point of time. Now if we want to break out of this complete trading range, so I would say this is one part of the trading range. I will put a line here for better understanding. This is one part of the trading range. If we fall below that, we may come to this other part of the trading range. And if we want to duplicate that on the top after 5640, we will come to 5652 and then to the 5664 area. So keep in mind these four boxes here, these four ranges here, price may actually fluctuate between these ranges here. And I would also suggest you to keep a midpoint of of each of these ranges so that you can understand that, okay, it is not going beyond the 50% line of this particular range. And from there, if it comes and falls below this line, then it will again come down. It will be a short to the 5640 area. Now again, it will be context dependent. We will have to see what support resistance we are creating at this point of time, and then we will take it from there. Apart from that, on the RTA chart, this was a double top, which if we are above the price right now, this may act as a very good support area because the ETH is already up. And if we stay up here, this may be a very good support area. Below that, we have this double top breakout area, which is again at 5626.75. So this may also give you a very good area of support. But if this breaks down, again, there is a high probability that we will come and revisit somewhere here in this particular area. Again, we may bounce from here, and we will continue in the TR for the next 2 days till the CPI or the PPI data breaks it out in one direction. And below that, our support resistance levels are still the same. And below that, our support and resistance areas remain the same as of yesterday. So we have support at the 561213 area. This will be another very good area of support at 5607 to 06 or the 5605 area. Below that, we have another double top here, which is at 5603. And then once 5600 breaks down, we may find ourselves in this support area once again, which is around the 5594 to the 5585 area. And below that, we know if the price again comes down, it may come to the 73 area right here, and then we will see if the price goes down further, and then we can see it hit the 5556 and the 5550 areas again. So again, those are pretty far away. I do not think that we are going there right now. We will have to mark this area. This is the high of today, and then tomorrow morning we'll see where the Globex high and the Globex low are, where the price is starting at 930, and then we will take it from there. So again, on the 5-minute RTA chart, if you see, we had a kind of a channel here which we are out of right now. So this was the channel that we had on the RTH 5 minutes. We have broken below the channel as of now, but if you see, the major support areas are again holding, and as long these areas continue to hold, there is a chance that we keep on going up, and we may actually come and hit the top of this channel again somewhere here, or the bottom line of this channel. The idea is that we will create a new extreme above this, and once we create a new extreme above this 5638 5640 area, that should hold, and that should act as a support and help the price to move back up again. Now, based on all these analysis, tomorrow morning at 8:45 a.m. EST, we will meet for the pre-market plan. We will decide what are the different paths that the price can take, and then we will watch the price and see where the price is going, and we will play according to the plan that we mentioned. If you want to join that call, the link to the Google Meet is given in the description below. Along with that, you also have the link to our free Discord server and our Facebook page. You are very welcome to join there. And as always, please like, share, comment on the video, subscribe to the channel, and click on the notification icon, and I'll see you guys again tomorrow morning. Have a great night, everyone. Bye.